Hey y'all! So Colourpop released a new collection recently, and it's called the Wild Nothing collection. And they released a palette in there that kind of reminded me of their Solstice with the Mostest palette, something like that. And it had this really nice minty green and corals and like pinky neutral tones. And so that really inspired me, and I wanted to look through my collection and see what I have. So this is what I've got here, and this, I know it's looking gray to me in the sunlight, but it has a green sheen. It's kind of like a greeny gray, so I'm gonna have to go with that because I don't have a minty gray, minty green. And there's like these peachy tones and these browns and stuff. So, can you see? Hello, camera. Yeah, I'm gonna do a look with these. So you can just use if whatever you have that from the palette. So you can use whatever you have that's closest to that palette. This is what I got. So, let's get started. What do I want to do? Alright, okay. I'll put a picture up here or there so you can see what the palette looks like. The Wild Nothing and the Solstice palette. So you can see my inspiration for it. And I've got my eyes primed. I used the Luscious eye primer. I do not recommend. It creases in like 4 hours. 2 hours in this humidity. I hate it. It's just... Anyway, I'm gonna start with the... I'm gonna start with the lightest peachy tone, which I don't think you can see, but it's this light peach here. Alright, I'm gonna move in closer because this is a phone, not an actual camera. There is no zoom, so I'll be over here and hopefully you can see. Also, my eyelids are like partially hooded, so you see where, like, if I put a crease shade here, when I open my eyes you won't see it. So I know a lot of YouTubers mention about putting your transition color or crease color, and the thing is, for me, or for partially hooded eyelids, I've always thought that meant like this fold, but in this fold, if I put it there, it's just not gonna show up when my eyes are open. And I recently saw a video by the creative director of Nabla, called Daniel Makeup is his channel name, and I was reading the subtitles, and so he's speaking in Italian, and in the subtitles it said hollow of the eye. The hollow of the eye is here. You see that? So like you take a crease brush and you push it in here. You see where it dips in, where the eye socket is? Socket, yeah. So this is my brow bone, and this is the socket. So this is the hollow, and that's where the crease color has to go. You take the peach, and you just use your brush and just push it in there and let the brush do the work. And I'm gonna need a mirror. I can't. Alright, am I using my phone? Ta-da! Alright, I'm gonna use a mirror because I can't work like this. Hopefully the mirror doesn't cover what I'm doing, I guess. Here. So here is this hollow of the eye, and you're just gonna take the color here and then circle inwards. I usually like to tilt my head backwards as well, so that I open up the eye. My eyes, the eyeshadow is tugging a bit, so what I'm going to do is wait a little longer for the primer set, and then I'll come back and do it again. So probably like a minute. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna take this up higher because I want it to go, because it's a really light color, so I can take it up to the brow bone and it's not really gonna show up that much. Okay, so you've got a light wash of peach here in the socket and a little on the brow bone right here. Okay, next one I want to go with a shade that's like slightly darker than that. Peachy pinky tone, which is this one. It's like a pinky brown. And that I have from the Menagerie Feral palette. It is this shade here. It's called Canis Lupus. I will just I'll write everything I use in the description box and link whatever links are related. Where'd it go? Yep, that one right there. And I will take a more smaller crease brush, like this one from BH. And this one I'm going to take right into the socket. And since I took a smaller crease brush, it's going to be obviously more concentrated. So just lay the color down and circular motions to blend. First I like to pack it on because most of these shades, it's really hard for stuff to show up on my skin tone because I'm medium skin. So pack and then blend. Also because I don't really like the whole light wash of color thing. I want it to be, you know, if I'm wearing eyeshadow, I want you to see that I'm wearing eyeshadow. So and I know how, remember, I don't know if you watch Robert, well, you should because he's amazing. He mentions how you should let the brushes do the work. So if you're taking this kind of tapered brush and you're taking the edge, you're getting like the product on the tippy tips, and then the brush is tapered, so, well yeah, it's tapered. So you've got it on the tapered edge, and you take it into the socket and you start circling. It will blend as you go. So, like the brush will do the work. You just have to hold it straight out. And then circle, circle, circle. And hold it at the end if you want it to be a blown out look. And hold it closer to the edge if you're trying to be really precise. But for blending, hold back here. And I do windshield wiper as well, just to make sure that I'm getting the color all around. Oh, I forgot to mention what I was doing. So I'm thinking of, I was thinking a halo eye where I do, yeah, like go in the transition, like to dark, and then dark brown in the corners, the gray, green, which looks very silvery gray right now. Look at that. Anyway, just put that in the center and maybe pop the little peach, although my peach is way more peachier than the one on the palette. Maybe pop that right in the middle, right in the center. See how that goes? We'll see. Yeah, so, sorry, I'm far away. Right, how are we looking here? It's hard to see. Okay. Okay, go back in with the peach brush and the peach if you can find it. The lighter peach, get that on your crease brush and right at the edge, because I'm just trying to just barely touch your skin, barely, and just move, blend, move, just move the eyeshadow that you already put lightly, like I am barely touching. You see that? It's like light, gentle brushes. And then you can do circular with a bit more pressure once you've got the product off. Okay, how are you looking? I like it, I like it. I'm gonna take this here. I like to have a sort of a flicked out look always. I don't know, I think it suits my eye shape. I just like it. That whole cat eye shape, that's always been my thing. It's always been my jam. Next, I'm gonna go in with the dark brown for the halo. This dark brown, which I have in the Nabla Secret palette. It's this brown. And I'm gonna use an angled brush because I really, it's really easy to get it in there. You'll see. You just watch. So since we're doing a halo, I'll just kind of just pat, pat, pat. And this is how I get it into the hollow of the eye. And also then I'm getting, it just makes that cat shape for me. So I don't really have to do the work. You basically just let the brush do the work for you. Pat, and this just, you know, pack the color on, pat around it. And for the inner corner, same. Since this is looking a little crooked, I'm gonna straighten it out. So as in like tighten the halo. And obviously darken. I think I like how that looks. And then go back with your the medium, the middle shade with the smaller crease brush. And blend the edges. So again, lightly grazing. Blend the edges here, take it in the center, blend the edges out, and circular. Take more if it doesn't work, and pat. I think I like the way that looks. So it's my camera isn't a mess, but this is where the brown is going, and then this is where the brown is going. So it's open further up here and tighter down here. Let's see how that looks. More brown as you see fit. I have left the inner corner open, and obviously the lower lash. I don't know, do I feel like doing lower lash? I might. Sometimes I'll leave it open because with my face shape, if I smoke it out a lot, it kind of, I don't know, makes like this part of my face look very large and the rest like disproportionate compared to it. And also for day looks, if you're doing like this for a day look, you might not wanna, you could skip that. So anyway, time for the minty greeny, which for me is the silvery gray weird situation thing. So for that, I'm gonna use the Sonia Zarine palette. I'm gonna use the Sonia Zarine palette. This is by Blush Tribe. And you see, it looks kind of, you see that? It's kind of like a little green, a little gray. But when you swatch it, it looks gray. See that? It looks kind of green, so I don't, maybe it's the greens down here that are giving it that look. I honestly don't know. It's weird. It's magic. Anyway, take a packing brush. This is a very old Sigma brush, which I love for shimmer shades. And you're just gonna get it on there. Okay, and center of the lid, just take it all the way up to the socket. So head back and pat, 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 pat. Pat it away. Tighter here, and then, you know, spread it out here where you left it open more. And then around, kind of just graze at the edges. Ooh, that looks nice. It does look kind of green. Am I crazy? Is it green? Is it silver? What is it? Anyway, lightly graze the edges with the brown so that it looks blended and soft and seamless. Open your eye, see if you can see the gray. I can. Yeah, I can see like the, just like barely the edge of the gray. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna take the brown in a little, or sorry, the brush that I use is a dark brown for, and then just the edges here to tighten it and make sure it looks like it all blends together. Or not blends together, but it's a seamless blend from one color to the other, kind of like flows. And shall we take the peach and completely ruin this look? Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna take this peach, coral peach orangey situation, which is definitely brighter than the one in the palette, but this is all I got. Kind of looks like a, this is my romantic color Chinese only metallic eyeshadows palette, which I got from Shaheen, and it was 1,200 rupees at the time. It's bloody brilliant and it's gotten me through many weddings, and I highly recommend it if you're on a budget, especially. So yeah, anyway, it's this orangey corally shade. I think take your finger. Take your pinky finger. Got a little on, and then just tap in the center. Yeah, and then take it up a little, just in the center. Around the lash line especially, and then up in the center. You can't really, it's like a hint of like a silvery pinky situation, which the camera is not picking up. Right? You can't see it, can you? No. You could do more. Just like a little bit of unique interest there. Okay, I will do the other eye and then come back and see what else we want to add to this. Okay, I'm back. I've done the other eye. It's just the lighting has changed and the way I'm sitting. It makes it look like this is much darker, but trust me, it's about the same. I just wanted to finagle some more with the, so like I really like to have very blended looks, unless I'm doing a specifically structured look. I've got a picture of the palette open back here. So I went back in with the peach. So go, like, if you're feeling that it's unblended, go back in with the peach and your crease brush and just kind of, you know, just the edges again to make sure it's blended in the outside. And I'm gonna clean up under the eye. And this is basically the brush I used to spread my eyeshadow primer. And I want to make sure that these are even. So look straight, look down, and you're going to use the angle of your lower lash to circle it over, and then again angle of lower lash, kind of like a circle, so that it meets the edge of your eyebrow. So that's how I've that way it curves around, kind of enhances the curve of my brow bone. That's if you want it to look curved. If you want it to look sharp, you would just take it straight across. But since this is a blown, it's turning out to be like a soft, blown out kind of look to go with the theme of the palette, I think. Like this wild, carefree, hippie, boho, chic, whatever thing. So yeah. Shall we? I think we should do the under eye to have it be like, go all the way around. So I'm gonna start with the dark brown and then blend it out with the medium pinky thing, right? Yeah, no. Take the medium pinky. Yeah, the pinky brown. Medium pinky brown, and I'm going to blend out here, leave the center open. Get rid of any cat hair that is trying to get in your eye. And you connect it on the outer edge and you connect it here. I do want to, sorry if that's terrifying. See, kind of, okay, that's a nice shape we've got going. So repeat here, and you're letting the tip of the brush of this, you know, tapered crease, smaller crease brush do the work. Okay, I think we've got a nice shadow going. Okay, and you take a pencil brush for the brown, tap it lightly in there, and then get really tight up on the lash line. Connect it on the edge here. So try and do the blown out thing, but not blow it out too much, because like I mentioned, my eye shape. So be sure to leave the center. You can connect it here, connect it there. Alright, the center is open. Okay, now that I've got it down, it's not as, obviously, it's not as blended as I would like. So now that I've gotten most of the color off the brush, I'm going to start blending the edges of where I put the darker brown. Where this and the medium brown meet. Don't I look possessed when you're like... Anyway, sorry. Carry on. Following directions here. Just blending the edges. And if you see any patches here that are missing brown, you just take it over there. Okay, and now that we're done with that, I want to take the minty gray green situation in the center to match the upper lid. You don't have to, you can take the brown all over, but I feel like putting it there, so I will. Same brush as I did for the lid. Alright, so for the liner, it would be really nice if you have a mint green or no, pastel green, you could put it in the waterline. That would be perfect. But since I don't have that, I could do brown, I could do black, and then just black mascara. I don't think I want to do liner because it'll hide and make it look more cat eye, whereas, you know, I want it to look like a halo eye where it's dark and light in the center. And with a liner, it gets too dark on the outsides. So I would just do mascara and try white on the waterline. If I don't like it, I'll go with black. Okay, and how everybody advises you to do mascara, which I have noticed to work better, I guess, is you make sure that the bristles cover your hair. So first of all, I already have, I have naturally curly eyelashes. So if you don't, curl your lashes. And then you take the brush and you take it on the base. And while you're wiggling it, roll the brush. Take it in the center, roll while you wiggle so that the brush gets to brush maximum hairs. And then what I like to do is, because once you've got volume at the bottom, then I like to take it mid to ends, do the same. And since I do like a little bit of a cat eye, I will then kind of take the brush diagonally and brush through just the edges. Sorry, the roots, the ends. And if you have any clump up, just kind of, I use my nail because I have control over it, and I'm just kind of brushing the hairs. Kind of, not brushing, but like kind of dragging around. But you can use a brush, or yeah, you can use the brush. You can buy one of those, which is kind of like a comb. Mine is broken, but it's basically a comb, and you can comb through the edges so that the clumps break up, separate. Alright guys, so that's the finished look. I've got white in my waterline. It kind of opens up the eyes better for, you know, like I said, the day look, young, wild, free, not like smoky, dark, vampy, etc. Yeah, it does look, because of the way I'm sitting and because the sun is on this side, it's looking, there's more light on this side. So this is a true depiction of the eye look than this one, where you've got dark here, dark here. You can increase the depth here, but I think if I look in the mirror, I see enough depth. I'll take pictures and post out on my Instagram, which I will link in the description box down below. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, okay. Bye.